Yums one. Life of.
Yes, also look like this.
Huh? Life of.
Can I put this for? There's no other place.
Don't forget to put the song. Yeah. A point of there when you deal with them. They must look there. And emphasize that they must look that side. You've got a clear picture. You need to tell the guy where you went the tree is on. And they were hard. You need to be here. Not a message. You need to tell the company here. Tell them to, this is the left, keep the left side of the face here, make sure the tassels are on the right. The hair, they will push it behind the ears, long hair, behind the ears, so you get a good pick of them.
Oh, your first one. Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Graduates, especially you, please pay attention to what we will do on stage. Firstly, when you get up from your seat, you'll have your sashing over your left arm, like so. You bring in your name card as well, just your name card, nothing else. So it's your sashing and your name card. So you walk up, the usher will show you the way, you'll come up the stairs. So this is where you stand. We've got foot markers for you to stand on. This is where your first picture on stage will be taken. So you look at the first camera at this side, on the left-hand side, and you smile. Right, and then you walk all the way to the middle of the stage. Then you will kneel. That chair is not for sitting, but it's for kneeling. Make sure you look at the second photographer there at the back for your second picture. He's going to be waving for your attention, so you look at him and then you smile. Then you walk up. That's your third picture. So you hand in over your sash, and then it will be draped over. And then once it's draped over your shoulders, you look at the third camera. There's a camera there. Okay, so thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please ensure that all your mobile devices are turned off or onto silent, as this may become a disturbance during proceedings. Be cautious to those around you by refraining from talking during the ceremony. Students, could I ask you to refrain from leaving the building with your academic attire? Please note, once you come off onto stage, you need to come back into the graduation hall. Can I ask that you please rise for the academic procession?
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the Chief Executive Officer, I constitute this gathering as a congregation of Stadio. Please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this 3rd of May graduation ceremony here in Durban. Today's ceremony is part of Stadiu's autumn graduation series that started 2 weeks ago in Windhoek in Namibia, and which will conclude next week in Centurion. Stadiu will offer our graduates 19 graduation opportunities this season. The first graduation ceremony in South Africa was held on the 7th of April, 1910 at UCT in Cape Town. On that day, a total number of 6 students graduated. Today, 113 years later, graduation ceremonies are still an important part of the academic calendar at universities and higher education institutions throughout South Africa and the entire world. These graduation ceremonies were constituted to celebrate academic achievement. But before we continue with our celebrations this afternoon, please allow me the opportunity to welcome a few people in person. Firstly, Professor Pat Bean, our Executive Head for Contact Learning for the Stadiu Group. Professor Bean will also be our keynote speaker this afternoon. Next to Professor Bean, I see our Head of School for the School of Education, Dr. Leanne Browning. Welcome to you, Dr. Mandy Lee, our Head of Academics for the School of Education. Mr. Barry Swain, our Head of Campus for the Musgrave Campus, who is also our host this afternoon. But more importantly, it is also Barry's birthday today. So I think let's give him a nice round of applause. Welcome to you, our Deputy Registrar, Ishara Halal. Ishara has the privilege today to cap her daughter. She's also receiving her honours degree. So congratulations to you, Ishara, and to the family. Welcome to all our academic staff, as well as support staff and the members of the media. A special word of welcome to the family and friends of our graduates. You being here today makes this event extra special for our graduates, a real celebration. Welcome to you all. That brings me to our VIPs, our graduates. I know that there is a congratulatory address later in the ceremony, but I think it's appropriate for me at this stage just to congratulate each one of you with your remarkable achievement. Firstly, from my side, congratulations, well done. We are extremely proud of each one of you. I think we owe them a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. To the graduates, I can see that you are very eager to come onto stage. Some of you look a bit nervous here from the top. Please don't be, you will do well. But when you walk over the stage today, you'll become part of a very special group, the Stadiu alumni. As an institution, we're very proud of our alumni, and they are well sought after in the workplace. Our alumni includes award-winning teachers, principals of schools, high schools, primary schools, senior lecturers at universities, entrepreneurs, senior managers, directors, both in public as well as private institutions and companies. We have designers, lawyers, and even members of parliament. My plea to all our Stadiu alumni is to go out and apply the knowledge and skills that you've learned during your qualification and go and apply it in the workplace and in the communities that you operate in. You are fortunate to be graduates, and with that comes the responsibility to use your education to make a positive impact in your community. South Africa really needs you, so please go out and make a difference wherever you go. Ladies and gentlemen, if we look at statistics, we see that only 6% of South African adults have a degree. A further 6% have diplomas, and then another 3% having higher certificates. When we compare that with the international community, we see that developed countries show up to 35% of their adults having degree qualifications. Other middle-income countries, such as Brazil, have more than 15% of their population with degrees. So if we really want to change the things in South Africa and in our country, and we want to grow our economy and alleviate poverty, there's no other way than to give more people access to higher education. And this is exactly what Stadio stands for. Our business strategy is built on 3 pillars. The first one, widening access, giving more people access to higher education. The second one is alignment with the world of work, ensuring that our qualifications are relevant and that our graduates are sought after in the workplace. And then thirdly, being student-centered, meaning supporting our students to be successful with their studies. Stadio, ladies and gentlemen, is a new vision in higher education. That means that we do things differently. I don't want to bore you this afternoon with a whole list of things that we do differently, but I want to conclude this welcome address by just highlighting one of the things that we do well. And that is our Kulisa student share scheme. So for those of you who do not know this, Stadio is a listed company, listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. And as such, we are the only higher education institution in South Africa, and I still stand to be corrected, the only higher education institution in the world that offer our postgraduate alumni shares in the institution after obtaining their qualifications. So all those graduates that will receive their postgraduate qualifications today, those are students obtaining honors, masters, and doctorate degrees. Can I just see by a show of hands, where are all the honors, masters, and PhD students? Oh, yeah, they are in the front. So these students, ladies and gentlemen, when they walk over the stage today, will not just receive their degree certificates, they will also receive their share certificates. And after today, they will also be shareholders in Stadio Holdings. So congratulations to each one of you, and welcome as shareholder. We do this to really partner with our students, and we believe that together with our students, we take this first step with them in creating their own personal wealth and hopefully also help them to create generational wealth for their families. I hope that all the undergraduates present here today will also become shareholders in the future. And together, we will build this institution in becoming the leading higher education institution, not just in South Africa, but on our continent. I trust that you are all now welcome. I want you all to sit back, relax, and enjoy this celebration with us. Welcome.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Professor Patrick Bean. Professor Bean is the executive head of Stadio's contact learning campuses. Professor Bean joined Embry Institute for Teacher Education in 2017 as the Dean of Education. Before joining Embry, Professor Bean spent 23 years at Nelson Mandela University as lecturer, professor, and dean in the Faculty of Education. Before his university career, Professor Bean was a high school teacher and then a high school principal. Professor Bean lives in Gqeberha and is married to Dr. Margie Child, who is a lecturer at Nelson Mandela University. Collectively, Professor Bean and Dr. Child have 4 children and 2 grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Bean.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. As a lecturer, we usually say good afternoon, and then thank you. This afternoon's graduation, the graduates are largely management, law, teacher education. There's one police master's qualification as well. So we have a number of professions represented today in the cohort of graduates. So it's therefore with great honor and privilege that I stand before you today as we celebrate the culmination of your years of hard work and dedication to your craft and your profession. Today marks a milestone as you transition from being students to becoming professionals, or if you've studied further, to grow as a professional. In every profession, one holds the position to shape the minds of others, especially our youth, and inspire them to become the best versions of themselves. As a Stadio graduate, I would like to remind you of Stadio's values: service, quality, integrity, and people focus. What are the values that you hold is my question to the graduates. Do they coincide with the values of Stadio, seeing that you're now a Stadio graduate? But more importantly, what is the point of having values if you can't be of value in your sphere of influence? We at Stadio ask ourselves that question when we deal with our values all the time. For you as a now professional and a Stadio graduate, this is really a critical question. Of what value are you to the community that you serve? And how does your contribution touch the lives and make a difference? When entering a profession, and one enters a profession when you start studying, not when you completed your studies, you start much earlier. One moves through various stages of learning to practice in that profession. We often refer to 4 stages, and you'll remember them because they all start with a B: bridging, becoming, being, and belonging. As you grow as a professional, you'll also develop and fine-tune your personal values, and vice versa. That's very important. So this bridging stage, the first one, describes the transition from schooling into higher education, when you enter studying in your profession. The beginning professional moves from behind the school desk to the realities of the workplace, and for the teachers, the classroom. This young professional or beginner professional is new to the practice and the ways of the profession, and is positioned on the periphery of that profession. I'm sure many of the student teachers will remember the first time you went out for observation and they didn't even have a special chair for you in the staff room. You were very careful on whose chair you would eventually sit. And that's being on the periphery for sure. During the second stage, which is the becoming stage, the young professional starts to develop a firmer understanding of their personal values as a member of this profession that they've entered. This period is often called the apprenticeship of observation. Your own values at that point don't really play a major role. because you observe what the other people in the profession are doing, and often you mimic what they do. In the third stage of learning to execute your profession, the young professional starts to enjoy a sense of their place within the profession. When you start, especially in the case of student teachers, when you start doing your third year teaching practice, or in the case of a student in management, where you're doing some holiday work and you've got these years of studies behind you already, and you can see how you enjoy watching your profession being performed. This is the being stage, the third stage. At this stage, you usually become recognized for your potential to make a contribution, and your values are being noticed. It's often when you hear people say, the place where I did my practical work asked me to join them or to apply for a post when I finish my studies. So that's already where you lay the groundwork. The fourth stage, the stage that we call the belonging stage, heralds the sense of I am the profession. And the person realizes that they impact lives and can change society. At that point, your professional practice becomes a practice of inquiry. You are constantly curious about how to do your profession better. And you can just imagine what a student teacher in their fourth year could already do at this stage, and how critical they can be of their practice. Somebody who's in their third year of BCom law, for instance, what they already know and how critical they can be about the practice in that profession. Why did I mention these stages? Where you currently are at the end of your studies and the beginning of your career in your profession, your professional development plays a crucial role in shaping and influencing younger, new, and existing staff that's in the same working environment as where you are going to be and already are. As a professional, you must never forget why you entered the profession. When you decided to study, you decided to enter a certain profession. The most asked question to someone studying to become a teacher, or who is already a teacher, is why did you decide to become a teacher? Often ask you that question. The second worst answer you can give is when you say, because I like children. The worst is when you say, I liked children, because then something happened during the course of your studies. Hopefully for all professions, instead, it should be one of the following: the passion for a particular subject or a specific practice or a specific profession, or the desire to make a difference in someone's life, or the need to create a positive impact on society. Honestly, with all the workplace challenges and the stresses that we experience at the places where we work, with the economy and all the things that makes it hard, it's quite important for us to hold on to those motivations of why you entered the profession. We must also acknowledge the immense responsibility that comes with your profession and being a Stadio graduate. At some stage, you will be entrusted with molding our society's future generations, and must do so with the utmost care and diligence. We must be mindful of our impact on our learners in the case of teachers, and younger work colleagues in the case of other professions. So how do you become a professional? An engineer, a legal practitioner, a lawyer, a manager, a teacher. How do you keep growing as a professional? There are 4 points that I'm going to highlight here. One is, you must learn to think like a professional. You must learn to think like a teacher. You must learn to think like a lawyer. And that's very important. It means that you must move beyond the naive beliefs that we often enter into certain professions. For example, that teaching is actually easy. All you need to do is just transfer information from yourself to the learners. It's easy. To think like a teacher or to think like a lawyer, it necessitates the capacity to think on your feet, to reflect, and to adjust your practice. The second way that you become a professional is to learn to know like a professional. We need to highlight the different kinds of knowledge that a good professional practitioner depends on, including the new knowledge that we expect professionals to create in the workplace. Teachers, for example, need to understand how children grow and learn and how culture and language influence their learning. Thirdly, to become a professional, you need to feel like a professional. This acknowledges that being a manager or a lawyer or a teacher are deeply personal work. It's not something you can do in an office behind closed doors. You need to engage with your own emotions and your clients' or your learners' emotions, and you need to identify with those emotions, and you need to also understand your own intellect in dealing with this. Thirdly, you need to learn to act like a professional. Means that a professional person needs a repertoire of skills, strategies, and routines, and the judgment to figure out what to do when. You don't have recipes if you're a professional. It includes developing adaptive expertise, using resources such as insight and experience to deal with challenges and cope in unanticipated situations. So, graduates, a profession, the bottom line is that a profession is not a job. It's something way, way, way more than that. Talking about teachers, it reminds me of a story, and many of my colleagues will know this because we use it when we train teachers. It's a story that was told by Taylor Marley, and he told this story when he addressed student teachers at a graduation in America. So you can find it on YouTube. His story was about a group of professionals having dinner during a school reunion. There was a doctor and a lawyer and an engineer and a plumber and a teacher. Let's say her name was Mary. And they were all having dinner together. And some of the professionals were quick to talk about all their assets, their cars and their houses, and how much they earn. And the teacher kept quiet. At one point, the engineer asked the teacher with a bit of a grin on his face. He said, "So tell us, Mary, what do you make?" But what Mary didn't see was that he was saying, "What do you make?" And he was doing this with his hand. I'm not going to tell you what happened next, because if you're interested to go and listen to the whole story, please Google it. It's Taylor Marley, What Teachers Make. But I'm going to ask you, how would you have answered this question? Or how will you answer this question? What are you worth? As a manager, as a paralegal practitioner, as a teacher, as a lawyer, as a policeman or policewoman? Of what value are you as a Stadio graduate to your profession and the community? To answer a question that I asked earlier, here are some ways in which Stadio graduates, professionals, can live out their values and be of value to the world around them. Stadio graduates, as professionals, can model positive values such as respect, responsibility, honesty, and kindness to their co-workers, their line managers, their learners, and encourage them to adopt similar values in their own lives. A professional, or as a professional, you must create a safe and inclusive learning and work environment for those working with you and those who are entrusted to you. Professionals are expected to create a work culture that promotes respect and inclusivity, where every learner and co-worker feels valued and heard. This will help others develop empathy and understanding towards people from different backgrounds and cultures. Thirdly, professionals can help their students or their co-workers to develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills. With all this artificial intelligence and things that we have at the tips of our fingers, this is most probably one of the critical things that a professional can bring into the workplace to be able to promote critical thinking and problem solving. Another way that Stadio graduates, professionals can live out their values and be of value to the world around them is to incorporate service learning and community engagement in their profession, in their work. Teachers, for example, can incorporate service learning and community engagement activities into their daily classroom practices, allowing the learners to apply their learning to real-world problems and contribute to communities. This is not only applicable to teachers, but every profession can promote this where they work. Solving societal problems, fundraising for a good cause. I often see in the city that I'm in, groups of people from businesses organizing cleanups in the suburbs and townships. Lastly, Stadio graduates, professionals can advocate for social justice and equity by addressing racism, sexism, homophobia, xenophobia. And we can do that in our workplaces and in our classrooms, encouraging our learners and our co-workers and colleagues to become agents of change in their communities. By engaging in these practices that I've mentioned, Stadio graduates can help deliver their personal values and the values of Stadio, the values that underpin the profession and be of value to the world around them, creating a more just and equitable society for all. As you enter the next phase of your life, after graduation, hold onto your passion, your purpose, and your sense of responsibility as you strive to impact the world positively through your profession. Congratulations again, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors and look forward to seeing the great things that you will accomplish as Stadio graduates and professionals. By the way, how did Taylor Marley end his address to the graduating teachers? He said, "Let me break it down for you. As a teacher," but I would like you to put in there Stadio graduate. So he said, "Let me break it down for you. As a teacher, I make a difference. What about you?" Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Bean, for the enlightening keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, the process of conferment of qualifications will now begin. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the highest certificate in management on the following graduates. The qualification is an NQF level 5 qualification with 120 credits. The qualification comprises of 6 modules. The number of distinctions will be mentioned where a graduate achieved 50% or more module distinctions on the program, or if the graduate passed cum laude. The graduates whose names are not read but appear in the program will receive their qualification in absentia. I thank you. I now call upon the students receiving their qualifications and higher certificate in management to make their way to the stage, please. Mbeleli Kebentwana. Congratulations. Mr. CEO, I now request you to confer a postgraduate certificate in education in senior phase and further education and training teaching on the following graduates. The PCE is an NQF level 7 qualification with a minimum of 128 credits. The PGCE comprises of 8 compulsory modules. The number of distinctions will be mentioned where a graduate achieved 50% or more module distinctions on the program, or if the graduate passed cum laude. The graduates whose names are not read but appear in the program will receive their qualifications in absentia. I thank you. I now call upon the students receiving the PGCE to make their way to the stage, please. Xoliswa Nene. Vuyiseko Wapula. Sesha Governor passed cum laude with 8 distinctions. Nicole Gramani. Sorry. Zimkita Kunuza. Sarah Hancock passed cum laude with 8 distinctions. Kayla Harrell passed cum laude with 8 distinctions. Nirvana Hariraj passed cum laude with 5 distinctions. Musa Wenkosi Hlabangane. Mtobisi Somuga, passed with 4 distinctions. Buisile Hlophe. Eloise. Okay. Eloise Israel. Congratulations. Londi Wejele. Rizwana Hussein, passed cum laude with 7 distinctions. Devya Jogi, passed with 4 distinctions. Alicia Jordan, passed with 5 distinctions. Tariq Joseph, passed cum laude with 5 distinctions. Well done. Tozama Kalazani, congratulations. Okay, pass it on. Michaela Costello. Wendy Kati. Kwena July. Gugu Kumalo. Nolwazi Kumalo. Simpiwe Kumalo. Lundile Kubega, passed cum laude with 6 distinctions. Nanini Tofela. Urvashi Gopal. Nikisha Gurdin. Nolwazi Gonya. Michaela Gonkovs. Nikita Govan, pass cum laude with 8 distinctions. Congratulations once again to our PGC graduates. Mr. CEO, I now request you to confer the Bachelor of Education in the Intermediate Phase Teaching on the following graduates. The degree is an NQF Level 7 qualification with 522 credits. The degree comprises of 40 modules. The number of distinctions will be mentioned where a graduate achieved 50% or more module distinctions on the program, or if the graduate passed cum laude. The graduates whose names are not read but appear in the program receive their qualification in absentia. I thank you. I now call upon the students doing the B.Ed IP to make their way to the stage, please. Carla Russell. Kirsten Saunders, pass. Kirsten Saunders, pass cum laude with 33 distinctions. Atika Supersad. Mohammed Sheikh. Nisa Sheikh. Big day. Yes. Zara Sheikh. Togozi Soshezi, passed with 21 distinctions. Shaylin Shumagam. Tamia Sindane. Nishay Singh passed with 26 distinctions. Yenzega Sitole. Aaron Sudio. Simone Stanley passed cum laude with 27 distinctions. Kajol Suku. Shaira Suleiman. Wafika Tajuddin passed cum laude with 30 distinctions. Yagashni Tava passed with 25 distinctions. Safia Timo passed cum laude with 34 distinctions. Aisha Valley, well done. Almaz Vali Mohammed. Salisa Virasamy passed cum laude with 24 distinctions. Nomonde Wanda. Tanner Wood. Domgai Isa Zindela. Devashni Nayaga passed cum laude with 36 distinctions. Nwabisa Ndelemane. Yolanda Ndondo. Nonjabulo Ndwandwe. Nosifiso Ngobo. Silindile Ngobo. Tashmika Nundraj, passed cum laude with 29 distinctions. Tabisile Ngumalo. Casey Barazot. Abigail Perumal. Keegan Peer, passed with 20 distinctions. Ciara Pillay, passed with 34 distinctions. Gabriel Pillay, passed with 21 distinctions. Kiara Pillay. Marissa Pillay. Michaela Pillay. Melisha Pillay, passed with 22 distinctions. Michaela Pillay, passed cum laude with 23 distinctions. Sureka Pillay. Twins, I want to take pictures together. Oh. Yeah. Vanushan Pillay. Caleb Pretorius passed. Caleb Pretorius passed cum laude with 26 distinctions. Is it Pugan? Fusion. Cheslin Fusion. Ricardo Rabichan. Letuktula Khatebe. Masiha Rajak. Kayla Rajba. Kimera Ramcharan, pass cum laude with 23 distinctions. Sweta Rampo, passed with 20 distinctions. Aditi Rampasad, passed cum laude with 29 distinctions. Rahil Ramsaran. Sonali Indigit. Alia Ishmael. Zeba Ishmael, passed cum laude with 28 distinctions.
It's Jurasevich.
Daniela Jerisovich, passed cum laude with 33 distinctions. Rebecca Joshua. Megan Jurgens. Rahu Karamchan. Amahle Kambula. Fatima Khan. Duduzo Kuzwayo. Made it. Lauren Liberty. Tane Lindsay. Mpatwente Makwaza. Tandolute Mahamba. Nomtebo Mahlobo. Suhaira Mohammed Hussein passed with 20 distinctions. Johar Mansoor passed with 25 distinctions. Lynn Mbele. Senamile Mbonambi. Wandile Mdluli. Ayesha Mohammed Esop. Nomthandazo Mkwena. Tia Mudley passed with 24 distinctions. Volunteer. Asha Mango, pass cum laude with 23 distinction. Pearl Mutwa. Well done. Nonse Mvubu. Slindile Mieni. Okay. Kate Nadal. Mayuri Nadesan. Beto Naidu. Ini Somsongo. Chloe Campbell. Mandy Zaktele. Lundiwe Kamane. Sumeya Kamane. Andre Chan, passed cum laude with 34 distinction. Destiny Chetty. Jadine Chetty. Of course I did. Siobhan Collins. Passed cum laude with 28 distinction. Naomi Damonse. Spumelele Danisa. Luke De Bruin. Azar Dinda.
Is it Caetania?
Caetania Diplo, passed with 22 distinctions. Zwagele Dube. Jordan Dunn. Yamna Dwaka. Sharifa Isaac, passed cum laude with 30 distinctions.
Sorry?
Natalie Isop.
The gold, eh?
Caleb Frank. Adele Govender, passed with 21 distinctions. Kaylin Govender, passed with 24 distinctions. Curation Govender. Karusha Govender, passed with 22 distinctions. Karen Govender. Tamika Govender. Maud Hadebe. Shanae Haripasad. Adil Hiramani. Chanel Hiramani, passed cum laude with 26 distinctions. Zofia Hussein, passed cum laude with 29 distinction. Ashmika Brijlau. Tristan Brady. Mobile Bengu. Aisha Pamania, passed cum laude with 35 distinction. Sharik Babulal. Vailin Arunachelam. Johara Ali, passed cum laude with 30 distinctions. Mohammed Adam. Congratulations once again to our B.Ed IP graduates. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Education Honors in Inclusive Education on the following graduates. The B.Ed Honors is an NQF Level 8 qualification with 126 credits. The B.Ed Honors comprises of 6 modules. The number of distinctions will be mentioned where a graduate achieved 50% or more module distinctions on the program, or if a graduate passed cum laude. The graduates whose names are not read but appear in the program will receive their qualifications in absentia. I thank you. I now call upon the B.Ed Honors graduates. Catherine Aylett. Miriam Bucks. Gabriela Cipriano. Chanel Cranier. Kayleen Gounden.
slide.
Tide Janse van Rensburg. Charity Makana. Is it Mercer? Christina Mercer. Felicia Msongo. Nabila Mohammed. Carmel Mudley. Emily Modlock. Joshua Naidu. Kajo Ramlakan. Sonalia Ramla. Benita Singh. Shreya Tava. Congratulations once again to our B.Ed Honours graduates. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the highest certificate in paralegal studies on the following graduates. The qualification is at NQF level 5 with 120 credits. The qualification comprises of 6 modules. The number of distinctions will be mentioned where a graduate achieved 50% or more module distinctions on the program, or if the graduate passed cum laude. The graduates whose names are not read but appear in the program will receive their qualifications in absentia. I thank you. I now call upon the students receiving their qualifications in the highest certificate in paralegal studies to make their way to the stage, please. I forgot. Letitia Bewana. Bulelwa Dimane. Kyla Strauss. Congratulations to the students in the High Certificate in Paralegal Studies. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Diploma in Management on the following graduates. The qualification is an NQF Level 6 qualification with 365 credits. The number of distinctions will be mentioned where graduate achieved 50% or more module distinctions in the program, or if the graduate passed cum laude. The graduates whose names are not read but appear in the program will receive their qualifications in absentia. I thank you. I now call upon the students receiving their qualifications, diploma in management, to make their way to the stage, please. Patience Buthelezi. Kyle Clausen passed with 7 distinctions. Megan Clausen passed cum laude with 10 distinctions. Tandiwe Kumete passed cum laude with 13 distinctions. Tandega Sope. Mandisa Kama. Nomveliso Mkono. Mwalai. Mavis Mwalai. Spiwe Motukanele passed with 7 distinctions. Congratulations to the graduates in the Diploma in Management. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Commerce in Law on the following graduates. The degree is an NQF Level 7 qualification with 410 credits. The degree comprises of 21 modules. The number of distinctions will be mentioned where graduate achieved 50% or more module distinctions on the program, or if the graduate passed cum laude. The graduates whose name are not read but appear in the program will receive their qualification in absentia. I thank you. I call upon the students receiving the qualification in the BCom law degree. Asanda Gangala. Congratulations to our graduates in the BCom and law degree. Mr. CEO, I now request you to confer the Bachelor of Policing Practices Honours on the following graduates. The Bachelor of Policing Practices Honours is an NQF Level 8 qualification with 120 credits. The program comprises of 6 modules. The number of distinctions will be mentioned where a graduate achieved 50% or more module distinctions on the program, or if the graduate passed cum laude. The graduates whose names are not read but appear in the program will receive their qualifications in absentia. I thank you. I now call upon the students receiving their B.Ed honours in policing practices. Nozipho Mahlobo. Vagele Namase. Okay. Yeah. Masakane Choke. Congratulations to our graduates in the Bachelor of Policing Practices Honours. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the degree Master of Policing Practices on the following graduates. The Master of Policing Practices is an NCLEX Level 9 qualification, which is comprised of 180 credits. Nomtebo Simamane. Congratulations to our master's graduate. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now concluded the conferring of the qualifications. I would like to call upon Dr. Leanne Browning, the head of School of Education, to congratulate our graduates. Dr. Browning.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. What a joyous occasion and what a sight. I feel privileged to stand here and look out onto a sea of happy faces. There is nothing more uplifting and energizing than a graduation ceremony. On behalf of Stadio, your lecturers, and your administration staff, congratulations. Not only have you dreamed of success, but you have also made it happen. For many of you, it has been several years of hard work to earn your place at this graduation ceremony. However long it has been, I am sure you can all remember the day that you enrolled to study. Can you remember the anxiety of not knowing what lay ahead? The excitement when you were admitted to the program of your choice, logging onto Canvas for the first time, reading through your study material and looking at the list of tasks and due dates, the first assessment you submitted via Turnitin and that similarity index, the long wait for final assessment results, followed mostly by joy, but sometimes by disappointment. It has no doubt been a journey of ups and downs, of hard work, of sacrifice, and of commitment. Many of you are employed and had to balance the demands of full employment with family life and studies in between. I am sure there were weekends where you had to tell friends or family that you had to stay home to study. Maybe there were days when you were ready to quit. Yet all of you are sitting here today that have found that extra strength and the much needed time to tackle your studies and to successfully achieve your qualifications. Many students do drop out because they can't cope with the pressures, but you persevered, and for that, we salute all of you. But you did not get here today on your own. You were supported and cheered on by parents, uncles, aunts, spouses, perhaps even by your children and by bosses and by your many inspiring lecturers. Some of your loved ones worked long hours to fund your studies. Others may have driven you to campus or helped you with your assignments. Sometimes it simply took a "how are you doing" from a friend or colleague to inspire you to keep on going. I want you to take a moment today to reflect on those people that contributed to your journey. If they are not here with you today, take the time to call them and tell them how much their support meant to you. Gratitude improves our quality of life many times over. As one of the fortunate South Africans who are graduates, your success will be an inspiration to someone in your family or in your community. The late President Nelson Mandela said that when you let your own light shine, you unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Use the opportunity wisely to motivate others to study. Cheer them on or assist them with funding their studies, should you be in a position to do so. Be the graduate who makes a difference in the lives of others. There's strong research evidence that it is not the skills or knowledge of a person that will ultimately determine their success in life, but rather the person's attitude, motives, and values. At Stadio, we are unashamedly committed to the well-being of our societies and of our country. You are the hands and feet of Stadio in the community. We have confidence that as one of our graduates, you are equipped and competent to use your education to change lives. In closing, thank you for choosing Stadio as your education partner. We certainly hope we've inspired you to continue with your studies and to chase more of your dreams. We congratulate you on your success and we wish you well on your journey. Go out and make Stadio proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Browning. Is Thandiwe Fortunate Kumete here? Could you please come to the stage? Ladies and gentlemen, Thandiwe Fortunate Kumete is the top overall achiever in the diploma in management. Congratulations, Ms. Kumete. Ladies and gentlemen, please may I ask you to rise for the singing of the national anthem. May I further request you to stay standing after we have sung the national anthem for the CEO to dissolve the congregation and for the academic procession to leave the hall.
By virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I now dissolve this congregation.